What's happening? Good morning, good morning. Just getting to work. Have a video. Got some things to share. Dude, I just got pulled over right now. I just got to the city of San Clemente where I sweep. And usually when I get into the city, I pull over and I clock in on my phone, my work phone. As long as I'm in the city, I can clock in, right? So anyways, I pulled over and right away, boop, here comes the cops. I was like, are you serious? They're like, I was like, what's going on, man? And he's like, how can I help you? What are you doing around here? I was like, I'm the sweeper for the city, dude. I got keys to the city, bro. He's like, you weren't breaking into stuff? I was like, no. He's like, your car matches a description of somebody who was breaking into stuff. I'm like, all right, well, here's my ID cards. Go ahead. He's like, all right. And so I'm just chilling right there while he's running my name, you know. And he's like, all right, man, you have a good day. All right, roger that. Crazy, huh? But just got here at work, and I wanted to talk about the brain power, focus, learning how to silence the thoughts that continuously flow but never stop. The voice of the enemy, carnal mind, flesh, ego. I was doing really good for a couple days in regards to silencing the mind and just being in this place of peace and rest. Because once you silence all the thoughts and stuff, then it opens up your ability to feel the presence of the Lord more. And I learned that, have you guys ever seen those paintings of the old saints back in the day within the churches, within the church? All the old saints back in the day, they have a drawing of this big old halo around themselves. And the reason for that is because that's like their cloud of like awareness of the presence of God. And it has to do with this and turning off the carnal mind and like not identifying with it. It's really cool if you want to get into looking into that, looking into the old, like the saints of the church, like St. John of the Cross, like the old mystics and stuff. The mystics, if you want to look into that, some really cool stuff, and it's like the deeper things. Right away, if you're if you're like a basic churchgoer, to hear the word mystic or mysticism, that's going to scare you off. But if you're a seeker going deeper, you already got your foundation solid, then it shouldn't scare you off because you already know the legit foundational stuff. Now, pretty much a mystic is somebody who is seeking after experience and intimacy with God. That's really what it is. So anyways, you got these old mystics from back in the day that knew all of this stuff and practiced the presence of God. Brother Lawrence, that's a great book to listen to. They have the audiobook here on YouTube, and you can hear it within, I think it's 2 hours or maybe 2 hours, 10 minutes. Great book about this dude who, I think he worked in a kitchen, and he was just constantly practicing the presence of God and awareness of Him. Really good book. You should listen to that. Speaking of books, today I'm planning on listening to The Purpose-Driven Life by Rick Warren. I remember back before I was even saved, we had a copy of that book, and I never read it. And that was probably 2006. I had that book, and I never even read it. Not saved or anything. And so my grandpa let me borrow a copy the other day, and I was like, you know what, I don't have time to read it, but I do have time for audiobooks, so I'm going to listen to that today. That's the plan. Now also, okay, so back to the brain stuff. When I first came to the discovery and understanding of all this, I had it, and I was like, man, this is great. Not allowing myself to get lost in the daydreams, get lost in the worries, the fears, all that stuff. that we tend to do. And I was able to just stay out of there, snap out of it, and focus on reality of now, this present moment. And it makes you a lot happier because you're not in there worrying about stuff. You're not thinking about stuff that is not even real. You're not worried about all those illusions that are happening. So I was good for a few days, and then the presence of the Lord was evident. I could feel him, like, just constantly, and just in this place of joy and peace. And then I went through a period for 2 days straight where I could not focus on to save my life. Like, I would focus on this reality and I was strained, and then my mind would just go into a daydream, and I just could not physically do it. I was unable. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on? Is this like the enemy working hard to try to stop me from being in this place of rest, place of peace? What is this? And then I realized, oh man, my brain is tired. I think my brain is tired. Remember I had done a video about noticing headaches, and this noticeable, like, dullness, this headache, soreness kind of up in here in the front. And someone had commented, oh, you're getting those frontal lobe gains, bro. And I'm like, what? And what it is your brain is not used to focusing on being attentive. Your brain is not used to being aware of this reality now. And so what happened was my brain just got tired. My brain got tired and it needed rest. And that's what I discovered. It needed to rest. So I even sent an email to one of these guys that does videos on this stuff. I'm like, what's going on with you, man? Is this demonic attack? What is happening here? And then he's like, he emailed me back. He's like, take a rest for a day or two. Enjoy life. Just don't think about it. Take a day off. And so I kind of just chilled out. And then Monday came, and I just started refocused again. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm back. I'm able to do it again. It's just like a muscle, dude. You work out biceps, or you do bis, and I don't know. I used to lift weights or whatever. So say you do chest day Monday, and you do chest day again Tuesday. By Tuesday, Wednesday, your chest is already toast. It's done. It can't perform. Same deal. It's a muscle, right? So you got to give your body time to recover. So now I understand what happened. I was like, oh, okay. My brain got tired, so I wasn't able to refocus. So I was trying to, like, focus on this reality, struggling, and daydream time, you know. So that's what happened. So I learned that, and so now I'm just practicing this and trying to increase this, because it's better. It's a better life. You're more seriously, like, there are benefits to being aware of this reality. You know, you're more productive. You say you want to diet or work out or something, you have control, because all the negative things that are coming are not you, and you realize that, and you're like, haha, that's not me. And the temptation to eat that, the temptation to I'll be lazy and not go running or something, you see it that it's not you, you recognize it, and you're just like, that's not me. This is who I am right now. And you're stronger. You're able to do what you want to do. You got that brain power. Really cool. You're just a more productive person. You're living at a higher consciousness, and it's true, because after making this discovery, and I know I've talked about this before, you realize how many people truly are living asleep. You can look into the Fourth Way. It's by the Fourth Way. It has to do with this man back in the day, in the early 1900s. He studied consciousness and things like that. The name was Gurdjieff, Gurdjeff. and he has this study that he did. He studied monks and Eastern religions, and because the monks and the Buddhists, they have an understanding of the mind, and so he studied all this stuff, and so yeah, he shares on this. But the thing is that there's like four levels of awareness that majority of people are living asleep, not awake. They're not in reality now. And it's true if you think about it. Majority of people are in their cell phones, trapped in here, walking in with their cell phones. This is their reality, and they're not out here in the real world. And also, even if they're not in their cell phone, maybe they're plugged into their music and they're just walking along, or if they don't got music, they're just in La La Land, just daydreaming. And the only time that they snap out of that and come to reality is when maybe an adrenaline rush, or you got those adrenaline junkies that maybe they skydive, and the only moments that they're aware of the current moment is when they're falling out of a plane, and they're like hyper, their senses are just like heightened, just like through the roof, because they're always just in here or in technology, or just not aware. So with this discovery, I don't want to be walking and living asleep. I want to be awake and aware. And then it all ties into the Bible, the eye being single, the body full of light, and then Jesus saying, do not sleep. But talking about when, I just had it. But everything, it's just gives greater understanding of what Jesus was talking about, and it's just absolutely incredible. And it all ties together. It all ties together, and it's like, wow, man. The Christianity we know here in the Western world has missed out on all of these deeper things. Truly has. And it's just like, sometimes I would be like, man, what is up, dude? How come they didn't teach this at church? I don't get it. And I realize and I understand, you know what? The church, the system they're busy enough trying to get the basics to these people, trying to get the milk to people. And that's not happening. They can't even get the milk, bro. You see, mainstream Christianity is watered down. It's ridiculous. Why would I expect for them to be teaching the deep stuff? I guess that's why the Bible says to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. The secret things of the Lord. It is the reward of. I can't. I'm paraphrasing, but it's like. It's the reward of God, of man, to like hide a thing. But for, I'm so sorry, I totally butchered that. I think it's Psalms. But it's like the reward of kings to find. And this is all tying into the seeker, being a seeker of the things of God, the secret things. Because he'll show you things that he won't show other people. And it's amazing. He is amazing. But yeah, like mainstream Christianity is ridiculous, dude. They can't even get the basics. Like, repent, get born again and filled with the Holy Spirit and power. Get baptized in the water. Live holy. Don't live like that anymore. Dude, they don't get it. It's horrible. And the real danger is living in an eternity away from God, in fire, bro. That's not good. That is not good. And so, but it's just crazy, man. I think that's everything I had to share today. Yeah. So I'm just gonna like challenge you or encourage you to practice the awareness of now. Practice staying in this reality. I tell you, it can be a challenge. You gotta realize if you try to practice not allowing yourself to go up in your thought life, and if you practice this, you're gonna realize that it can be a struggle at times, but you just gotta continue going with it. And life is better because you're also, another benefit is you're aware, and your family, you're here in reality for your family, and you're just enjoying those moments with your kids, family. So that's a really good benefit. Time is going by. Time continues to go. It doesn't stop, and every day, getting older and older, life is passing, and we got to enjoy these moments that we're given, and we need to redeem the time, and we need to just use this gift of life that we've been given for the honor and glory of God, and to live how He created us to live. So yeah, I encourage you guys, try and practice this. I'm gonna try and practice this and continue practicing it, but I'm gonna look in more to the fourth way that that I was hearing about. You can look into a brother named Ted Nottingham. He's actually a pastor at a church. I don't know what state or country or whatever, but the he goes deep into the historical stuff and all this stuff that I'm talking about. So he has teachings on it, and I just want to maximize the use of my brain. Think about it. How cool is it to be one of the few people that have this understanding, that actually are applying it, and they're more aware, and they're in this higher state of consciousness? Because I look around wherever I'm at, and I see people just lost in their minds, lost in thought, and I it's rude to stare at somebody, right, and look at them. But when you're here in this reality and you have this understanding, like, I catch myself just staring at people more, because I know that they're lost in their brains and they're not even paying attention. Look at this guy all lost. What are you thinking about, bro? It's crazy. But you'll see that as even if you're ordering food, you're at a bank, you're at a store, whatever, the cashier, they're not even present. They're there in body, but they're not there up here. They're just, robot. Here's your change. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. I don't know. This might be a note to self. Probably just going to be a note to self. Yep. Hope you're enjoying the videos, bro. We'll see ya.